Lincoln is a 5-year-old Section D gelding who was sent to us to be broken to harness. His owner plans to do pleasure driving and showing with him in the future. This film shows some of the training we have done with him so far. Lincoln is being driven in a soft rubber bit and can be driven with a light contact on the reins. He is controllable and responsive in the rubber bit at all paces, whether it is walk or canter. Here, Barry is showing that he can ask him to canter, then stop, just on a rubber bit. The same applies when he is asked to trot. He will not break into a canter, even with no pressure on his reins. Often, horses will only remain at a slow pace because the driver is hanging onto their mouths. With a long straight road ahead of him, i.e. with no obstacles ahead to slow him down, we are giving Lincoln every opportunity to increase pace should he wish to do so. I am also making noise with the car as I run along the verge behind the carriage, and Barry is holding the reins up loose to show that he has no pressure on his mouth and is not restraining him from moving forwards. Here you can see that he will walk along the road with no reins and remain at the walk when told. Coming down this hill, we are asking him to hold the carriage back by himself with no brakes and no rein contact either. This shows that he understands what he is required to do, i.e. to remain at the walk as he has been told to, whether he is pulling the carriage onwards or holding the weight of the carriage back on his breeching. This also shows that he knows how to use his breeching. If the brakes ever failed on the carriage, we feel it is important that your horse knows how to use the breeching and is not upset by it pressing into his quarters. This is also why we do emergency stops. This helps prepare the horse in case you ever have to bring them back to a standstill suddenly. You can see here that even when Lincoln skids on the road, he does not panic and will stand still calmly afterwards. We also taught Lincoln to be confident around water. He is happy being driven over bridges which cross over a river, and also going into the river itself. He will enter slowly, or come in fast. In our opinion, traffic training is also a vital part of every horse's education. We meet various vehicles around our local lanes, such as vans and motorbikes. We also encounter lorries and trailers. These are not only found on busy roads after all, so our aim is to introduce Lincoln to as much traffic as possible while he is with us. Even if his owner wanted to use him purely for showing, and not for pleasure driving out on the roads, he would still encounter horse boxes and trailers at a showground, and therefore needs to be confident and happy when passing them, and when they are overtaking him. He will cope happily with traffic at a variety of speeds too. Going over bridges can also be daunting for a horse, because the traffic coming over the other side of the bridge is not visible to them until they approach the crest of the rise. We then meet a tractor while going through our village. This is a narrow road with wooden bollards on one side and traffic behind, meaning that we cannot turn around and go back, nor can we expect the tractor driver to reverse up the road. Traffic cannot always pass you wide and slow, and this is a prime example of that. Likewise, even when meeting cars on narrow roads, your horse still needs to cope with vehicles close to them. It is all well and good doing your best to insist traffic passes you on the other side of the road, but if it is a single-track road, you may only have a small pull-in or lay-by in which to move. The vehicle may be unable to get over anymore due to the hedge or a bank, which means your horse needs to be happy being close to motorised vehicles. Which means your horse needs to be happy when it is close to motorised vehicles, and not only when they pass it wide. You can see here some of the preparation we do regarding those situations. where we are walking Lincoln alongside our car, and while I beep the horn. Another common hazard out on the roads are signs. These are sometimes left on verges, which can cause a horse to shy out into the road. This can be dangerous if they spook when there is oncoming traffic, but as you can see when we pass this sign at the same time as a car passes us, Lincoln will stay on his line and not shy sideways. He is also not upset by these men putting cones out on the side of the road. Here we take him off the road onto grass to show that he is happy going over different surfaces with the carriage too. The carriage sounds different on grass as well, but you can see he will remain at the trot and then go back onto the road with no problems. We also work on Lincoln's head carriage and getting him to show off as he would when in front of a judge. This is not achieved by heavy shoes or long toes, but by building up his fitness so that he can use his developed muscles to help his natural movement, coming through from his quarters and stepping under himself, while being relaxed enough in front to carry himself in a good outline without hanging on the reins.